Well, hello there, friends. Thanks so much for stopping by. You have found Jami Jo Sells Wax here on YouTube. I am your host, Jami Jo, and I am sick. I don't know that I'm really sick, but I've got some sort of sinusy something going on. So I promise you I don't normally sound like this, but the show must go on and our businesses still must thrive. So I'm here for you, although I might be sipping water through this whole video. Guys, I am a Scentsy consultant, and I have actually been a Scentsy consultant for over 15 years now. I started all the way back in October of 2008. I started as just a little side hustle, a little hobby, a little bit of a Scentsy addict and wanted to get discounts. All of those things got me on board. But like I said, 15 years, friends. Scentsy is now my full-time job. I work my business full-time, and that also affords me the flexibility to travel whenever I want. I am a lover of all things travel. All of that being said, if you are intrigued by the Scentsy business, reach out to me. I would love to chat with you a little bit more about it. Anytime you can message me here in the comments of a video, reach out to me on social media. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram. But the easiest way to get a hold of me is to text me direct, and that number is 918-888-9690. Now that all the formalities are over with, today we are talking about smell mail. Yeah, you heard me right. You guys, sometimes people call the postal system snail mail, and that's all good and fine, but you know me, and I'm gonna make it smell better because I'm a Scentsy consultant. Get it? Yeah, play on words. It's fine. Smell mail is what I send to my customers every single month. Now, let me give a little bit of a disclosure before I jump in and show you all the good stuff and give you some tips and tricks to do this. I used to do this very religiously, the system that I'm about to describe to you. For some reason, I just kind of got away from it. It didn't become a priority to me, and I stopped doing it. At the end of 2023, I was looking back over my business and trying to decide the things that were working well for me that I wanted to keep doing, but also think of some new things that I wanted to implement in my business. This idea re-popped into my head, and I decided that it was worth doing. Funny story is, when I started talking to my Scentsy team about this and suggesting that they give it a try, one of my downline consultants said, "Jami, you used to do that. That's why I became a consultant. You sent that to me in the mail. I reached out to you to host a party, and turns out I became a consultant." Friends, that girl is now a director in the company underneath me, which means she's the third from the top, actually 2 levels down from the top level of the company, has a fabulous team of her own, and is flourishing in her very own Scentsy business. So that means that this is worth doing. This is worth looking at again. So what I do is a 3-month system with my customers. In order to be able to do this efficiently, you need to have some sort of record keeping for your customers. Now, you can just use what's available on the workstation and sort it by order date. But I know personally, I interact with customers outside of orders that are placed on the workstation. So I personally keep an Excel spreadsheet with all my customer information. I've done another training video on that. I've even shared the template for that spreadsheet. So make sure that you look for that if you are interested in knowing more about that customer spreadsheet. I say you need to have good record keeping because this smell mail program is running on a 3-month cycle. my customers are going to get sniff samples from me for 3 months after they place an order. Now, on their 3rd month, they're going to get a notice that says, this is your last month. Make sure you place another order so you can still keep getting the samples. So let's look exactly at what I'm doing. And I'm going to give you a couple different options of how you could do that. So this is for this month, for January of 2024. I just took the graphic from the workstation of the warmer of the month and I jumped over to Canva. I created a 4x6 postcard and just added the little banner at the top and put in the scent description of the scent of the month and then added my little logo. If I wanted to, I could stop right there and use the scratch and sniff stickers that come in my warmer and scent of the month kit. I could slap that sticker right on that postcard, address it on the back, and drop it in the mail. But I decided for this month, I wanted to go ahead and utilize both sides of the postcard because I wanted to make sure that my customers also knew about the Bring Back My Bar program that we're doing for this month. So I went ahead and made the decision that I was going to use envelopes for this month. I was not going to do the scratch and sniff stickers. Instead, I was going to do actual samples. I'll tell you about these in just a second. So I created a 2-sided postcard. This month, I ordered these from Vistaprint because I had a really good coupon. I actually ordered them the end of December so I could get them out to my customers the 1st of January. You have quite a few different options as far as how to print these. Did you know that you can print directly through Canva and they will mail them to you, or you can go right to your print store, I believe it's the FedEx print store, and pick them up. So you can create them on Canva, zip right up to the store, pick them up in just a couple days, sometimes same day service. But like I said, I ordered mine through Vistaprint because I had a coupon. So since it's 2-sided, I'm going to have to put it in an envelope. And I learned that colored envelopes are always opened first. There are statistics all over the internet about this. There's something about a beautiful color in someone's mailbox that just makes it a priority over everything else. So when it is financially feasible, I like to grab colored envelopes. I also always grab the envelopes that have the peel strip here. Because friends, I'm sending out over 100 of these every month and I don't want to be licking all those envelopes. So it's very important to me that I find the pull adhesive envelopes. And I order all my envelopes on Amazon. Come on, what did we do before Amazon? I don't even remember. But Amazon is my best friend for business supplies. So I have the 2-sided postcard. I have the fun colored envelope. I need to get my sniff sample in there. Now let me show you what I'm using here. I purchased on Amazon felt circles. This is actually a piece of felt. The reason that I use felt circles is because while it's January here now, in the summertime, in the heat of Oklahoma, wax can melt in the postal system while it's being mailed. But if the felt is in the little baggie, even if it melts, it's going to re-harden back onto that felt. It also gives a great scent sample while still being super affordable. Guys, I don't know what the final count was. I think 140 samples from one bar of wax. I use a Wilton chocolate melter. You can get that at any hobby store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can grab it on Amazon. Put your bar in there, it melts it down super duper quick, and then I just use tweezers, dip the circle into the melted wax and lay it on either aluminum foil or wax paper to dry, and then pop it in this little bitty baggie. I think this baggie is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. It's just the perfect size. So I just take my postcard, I put it right in the envelope with the sniff sample, and I go to my spreadsheet and print off my labels using my Dymo printer. That makes it easiest for me. Now, if you have a smaller Scentsy business, if you're not doing hundreds of these, if you're doing, maybe 20, 25, you could even handwrite those. Or if you don't have a Dymo label printer, you can always just grab Avery labels and run them through a regular printer. Now, I told you that this is a 3-month program. So on the 3rd month, my customer is going to get this. I just snapped a silly little selfie. I threw that into Canva, put some graphics with it, and it basically says, you're about to not be getting samples. It says, I hope you've enjoyed getting to sniff the latest Scentsy scents. This will be your last month receiving a sniff of the scent of the month. If you place an order this month, your samples will continue for another 3 months. I hope to hear from you soon. And it has my phone number and my website on there. I am really excited to implement this in 2024. Another great thing about me using my customer spreadsheet is I can track how many people are ordering on month 3 after they've gotten this postcard. So I am anxiously awaiting those statistics from doing this activity all year long. One thing that I have learned in this business that I would encourage you to do, when you decide to implement something like this into your business, make sure you give it enough time to really calculate your return on investment and see if it's profitable for you or not. I think you need to do it minimum 6 months, something like this, really a year to check that out. But I encourage you on the flip side of that to look at your return on investment of things like this. Because if it is costing you more to do it than you are making financially, your return on investment is negative and you need to stop doing behaviors like this. Remember that this is a business, and while we love doing cutesy things, we need to make sure in our business that it is profitable. Guys, I hope this has sparked a little idea in you. I hope that it's given you some inspiration. If you have any questions, or if you're considering starting Scentsy, I would love to mentor you along the way. In my 15 years, I have mentored hundreds and hundreds of consultants at how to be successful in this business. I do that with YouTube videos like this, but also one-on-one coaching conversations and just communication with my downline. Like I said before, if you have questions, feel free to text me to 918-888-9690. If you are ready to jump on board right now, you can go to JamiJoSellsWax.com, and there is a button up at the top that says Getting Started. I would love to help you in your Scentsy journey and help you achieve whatever you have in your mind. Guys, my name is Jami Jo, and I hope that you have a sensational day.